Hi, what's going on everybody? It's MasterAquatics and I'm bringing you guys another video. So in this video I want to talk about my angelfish fry. I have to do something for these guys. These are about 1.5 months old and they need to move. They need to get a bigger tank. They are in a 10-gallon tank. So this is what this video is all about. I'm going to be adding these guys into the tank that you see in front of you. Although the tank currently houses a smaller batch, a younger batch of angelfish from my Philippine blue. So I'll actually have to move these guys out of their tank first, and then I'll have to move the ones in the 10-gallon tank into the 20-gallon tank. First things first, I just want to update you guys on this batch. They are doing extremely well. They are growing super fast. Hopefully they'll continue to grow in the 10-gallon tank. They are getting a smaller tank, so hopefully that doesn't affect their growth rate or anything like that. Hopefully they continue to grow and just get massive like they are right now, because they are already developing their top fins, which is a sign that, you know, they're booming with growth. I believe these guys are about 2.5 weeks old now. I've been feeding them like crazy. I've been feeding them about 3 times a day, just baby brine shrimp. I'm not feeding them flakes yet. I don't feed my fry flakes until 1.5 months of age. I feel like they should eat baby brine shrimp as much as they can, because weaning them onto flakes is pretty difficult. And at least in my experience, you know, I've had angelfish fry starve on me because they didn't want to eat the flakes, and I stopped feeding them baby brine shrimp. I've even tried mixing the two, and I still couldn't get them to eat. And the funny thing is about the 20-gallon tank, the fry, they stack up against that glass, and I don't think they notice that there's 2 big hungry angelfish on the other side of the glass that they're at. And sometimes it's funny because you'll see that pair, you know, looking at that side of the glass wanting to eat the fry. It's extremely funny. But anyway, so I knew that moving these guys was going to be difficult, but to try to make things easier, I went ahead and I took out the sponge filter, because I knew this was going to make my work just a teeny bit easier. I know it's still going to be difficult because there's 100+ baby angelfish in this tank, and you know, I have a small net, and these guys can be extremely hard to catch, you know, because they're extremely small and they're really difficult to get inside of the net, especially when they're in corners or when they're hiding behind heaters or you know, filters. You know, it's difficult. And even when the tank's empty and bare bottom, if they get right at the bottom floor of the aquarium, it's really hard to catch them when they're that low without, you know, without having the chance of accidentally, you know, hurting them with the nets. So you got to be really careful and really patient. It took me hours just to take them out and put them in this bowl. By the way, this bowl has tank water in it. I did not use tap water like I usually do. I went ahead and got some tank water, and like I said, you know, I'm getting all of the angelfish in a 10-gallon tank and I'm putting them in this bowl. And towards the end of the video, you'll see that, you know, they pretty much fill that whole bowl because there's so many of them. I was really surprised. They didn't even seem that many in a 10-gallon tank, but when I started taking them out and putting them into that orange bowl, I was like, this is a pretty big batch. You know, this spawn was really good. I'm extremely proud of this spawn, and they've been doing really good. I haven't had any deaths with them, which is I haven't had that in a while. You know, I haven't had a batch where, you know, I didn't lose, you know, like a single one. These angelfish are extremely healthy and they're growing at a rapid rate as well. Sometimes putting them in the bowl was a tricky whenever there was more baby angelfish in there. Sometimes I would have to use my hands to take them out of the net, which is okay as long as I was careful, which I was. Then, you know, it's fine. You know, you can also use the same method if you plan on doing this. See how I kind of just push the netting towards the water, just to get them out. And you know, this is a long process. I continue to do this for, I would say, a good hour and a half. It was extremely tedious. So I don't think there was any other way to do this though. I might have done this the hard way, which, you know, that happens to me when I do things a lot. But I mean, this method seemed to make the most sense for me, so whatever. Funny how when you look at these guys from above, they kind of look like tadpoles. But they're really adorable. I can't believe that there's just so many. I'm still baffled by the amount of fish that are actually in this bowl. And the cool thing is that when you look at them, on the top of their head, you can see like a tint of like purple or blue. Unless my eyes are messed up, but tell me you guys aren't seeing what I'm seeing as far as color goes. Or it could be the background of the bowl. You know, maybe the orange color makes them look like that. Yeah, and you guys saw the amount that was in the bowl previous to this part of the video, right? So there was already a lot in there. Now I'm adding more, and there's still a lot left in the tank. So I mean, again, you know, I had to be patient. You know, I had to do this and take my time. I couldn't rush it. You know, I don't want to go in there, rush it, and accidentally kill any of my fish. You have to be gentle. You don't want to be too rough with the net, because if you are, you could potentially injure or kill your fry. You might be wondering how. Well, you know, when you move the net pretty fast through water, it creates like water resistance, I guess you could say, and it'll push the angelfish fry all around, and it could, you know, hurt their spine or whatever. And you don't want to do that. You know, why put in all this hard work and then, you know, be careless at this moment instead of just be patient. So in this clip that you're watching now, I actually started taking out the baby Philippine blue angelfish, and I'm putting them into their smaller tank, which is a 10-gallon tank. So again, remember, they're coming from a 20-gallon tank, and I'm putting the bigger ones in the 20-gallon tank. So the smaller ones will be in the 10-gallon tank. They'll probably stay in this tank, I would say, for about a month, and then I'll move them to another 20-gallon tank, and then hopefully I'll have another batch ready to hatch and for me to take care of. My angelfish pair, they lay eggs like clockwork, so they're always laying eggs. These were a lot harder to catch. I spent more time in the 20-gallon tank than I did in the 10-gallon tank. But I mean, the 10-gallon tank is smaller, so the angelfish fry didn't have much to go. Now in the 20-gallon tank, you know, you have that Anubias plant, and then you have a sponge filter and a heater, and so there's lots of areas that the fry can actually be in the 20-gallon tank for them to hide and avoid being netted. But I finally ended up getting them all, and I put them all in their 10-gallon tank, and now this is me putting in my bigger angelfish in the 20-gallon tank. I did this slowly because, again, I didn't want to hurt them. The first two came out, and then the rest came and followed, and look at that, there was just so many. I poured them all in that tank, and they look so cool grouped up together like that. These guys are pretty big, and they love schooling with each other. They really do. They seem to really enjoy their new home. Like I can already tell that they like it. Just look at them school. I've never seen them do that. Keep in mind, guys, angelfish are not a schooling fish. They do not school, but that's just awesome. That is so cool. By the way, I did a live stream yesterday where I fed my baby angelfish baby brine shrimp. You guys should definitely check out that video. I'll post the link in the description. I'll also post the link in the comment section, and I'm gonna try to live stream a lot more frequently, so you guys should be on the lookout for that. And I'll also be uploading another video soon. Stay tuned for that. Anyways, leave a like, subscribe, and share the video. My name is MasterAquatics. I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, and bye bye.
Thank you, young God, for the blessing, ayy.